Good morning, dear students. I am Vishram Singh Meena, Assistant Professor English at Government PG College, Karoli. Today we are going to take the Elegy written in a country churchyard. This poem is prescribed for BA Part 2nd. This famous poem was written in the year of 1742 and it was finished in 1749. It was written or meditated in the churchyard at Stoke Forges, where Gray's mother and aunt resided after his father's death. The feelings and thoughts expressed in this poem are permanent and universal. There is nothing exceptional here, for Gray is the singer of the humble, poor, neglected folk of the village. The poem has a simple philosophy and a calmness of emotion. It is one of the five greatest English elegies. It was brought immediately in recognition to Gray, but no money. It has retained a higher reputation in literature than any other English poem written between Milton and Wordsworth. The poem begins in the atmosphere of evening. In the opening stanza of the Elegy, the poet builds up an atmosphere of evening. The curfew is tolling, the heart is seen slowly coming over the lea. The ploughman is returning homewards, tired of his day's exertions. The landscape is fading in the deepening darkness because this is the evening time, and due to evening time, the sun is setting down and the darkness is coming over the area. And the only sounds that break the stillness of this hour are the droning of the beetle, the tinkling of bells from distant folds, and the occasional cry of the owl. Every line in the first three stanzas contributes to the building up of the atmosphere of evening, an atmosphere which is most appropriate to the reflections that follow. So that we can see in the beginning of the poem that the poet is sitting in the churchyard and meditating over the common man's fate. The first idea of the poem is that the irrevocable nature of death. The poet says that death is permanent, it can't be deleted, it is for all. The poet then refers to the root forefathers of the hamlet, who lie buried in the village churchyard of Wester Forges and who are now beyond recall. So that is the cause of sadness for the poet. He says that all people, whether they are rich or the poor, all have to die. But all people want to be remembered. Death must come to everybody, small or great. So that is the universal idea of the poem, which says that death is for all, and not for the rich, not for the poor. It is for all. The one who takes birth is to die. That is the permanent truth. The handicaps they suffered from. In the next four stanzas, another important idea is expressed. These men led obscure, unknown lives. They had no opportunities for education or for self development. So we have such people in the world that they suffer or they are the child of adversity, and due to adverse time, adverse situations, they are not able to get proper education and proper living facilities. They are suffering. So poet sings of the lives of such people in the poem. Advantages of poverty and obscurity, but the poet thinks that adverse time is a good teacher. It teaches many things of which we can't learn in our prosperous time. The poet then finds much good in the very obscurity and poverty of these men. True that they found no chance to display their oratorical powers or their capacities for the uplift of their nation. But if their humble destiny didn't permit them to develop and display their virtues and abilities, it likewise curbed their potential, potentialities for mischief. So he is very satisfied with advantages of poverty and obscurity. He says that prosperity brings some mischievous activities or sins with it. So, due to poverty and obscurity, these people have no kind of sins, no kinds of mischievous activities in their character. The desire to be remembered after death, as we know that all people in the world, they want to be remembered after their death. So that is the case with these poor people, but their graves are with the poor slabs over it. Self-portrait. After having told the artless tale of the unhonored dead, the poet turns to himself. He tells us of the daily routine that he followed at Stokeforges, where he was living when this elegy was sketched and meditated. The poem is followed by the epitaph. The poem concludes with the poet's epitaph written by himself. He refers to himself as a melancholy and a scholarly person, with a generous, sympathetic, sincere heart, and with full confidence in the Almighty God. in whose bosom he will rest after death. Thank you for watching.